Sup Shredders, my name is Logan aka Spiderhands and welcome to SP Reviews, where today we're going to be checking out a track from an act named Boyd United titled Don't Fall. And if we switch over to here, we have this on Spotify. We have this from the album Divine. We're going to be listening to the track Don't Fall from start to finish. I'm going to hear what we think. Let's go. I'm loving this rather atmospheric piano line we've got here. Oh, lovely vocal chops here. Okay. Contemporary hip-hop rap vibe to this. Sick. Oh, that 808 is so tight, isn't it, with those kicks? Turn it up a little bit, you know what I mean? Damn, dude.
Well, you just heard it loud and clear.
Sick, and the vocals are coming in now. Good. It's nice to have that the grace to allow the instrumentation, the music to speak for itself before we have the rapper come in. You know, that takes courage, especially in an industry in a competitive environment where a lot of people are really, artists they work with are really kind of afraid of necessarily letting the music speak for itself. But Boyd United, letting that musicianship shine, coming in with a story.
Walk through these trials and I show no fear. God's already showing up, honey, wipe away them tears. Cause back to reality, here comes the gravity and everything's pulling me down, but it's not a part of me. Well, I've been separated from the people of this earth. Go ahead and watch me drive in my own hearse. Anticipated so many times, I dying to myself. I spent way too much time on the bottom shelf. Now it's time for me to fly so high with the most high. And this is the part where I say goodbye to me. I'm sorry, but you have to leave. Well, I'm going to a place that you can't be, and I'm sorry, but you gotta leave. But don't fall,
Don't fall down. So we're like saying goodbye to our past selves. We're not allowing ourselves to be weighed down. We're making the most of our situation. Because as I understand it, Boyd United is going through a hell of a time in their personal life right now, and music is a way of then coping with the adversity that they're facing. I think this track reflects that really well. It makes a lot of sense. The vocals are kind of quiet in this part though. Don't you fall. Okay, we're going back to that hook line. Cool.
So many times wiping tears from my eyes.
Oh shit, yeah. No, we're really struggling, aren't we? This is a mirror, or rather a look into the soul of Boyd United, understanding their own position better, expressing themselves, getting in touch with their emotions and the situation they're in and the consequences of what has occurred.
Don't you cry.
It's raw.
Thought about all the pain and the suicide. And all you gotta do is say a little prayer.
Okay.
He's always and he's never gonna leave your side. And if you really wanna blow your mind, if you wanna go for a ride, all you gotta do is touch the sky. Hey, I know how to change this game. Finish me. I know that people in the world think that God is lame. You gotta come to a point in your life where you know it's only you at the end of the day. I know.
Yeah, okay, having that spirituality, being in check with who you are in regards to that is really good too.
Young in this world won't understand. I know what it's like not to be in command, but I'll tell you, if you lay it down at the right hand, he's coming on a promise he stands.
Just before we go back into the outro chorus, I want to comment on the various parts of the instrumentation we have here. I'm loving the consistency of the drum grooves, and I like that we occasionally take them away in that trap hip hop vibe from those with those hi-hats, kicks, and snares. That bass line, very simple 4-note one, but it works efficiently and incredibly well with the rapping vocals, both the sort of the melodic rapping parts and maybe the sing parts, and the straight sort of 8th and 16th grooves in that on the mic, and got some lovely pads in there as a harmony device, but it's otherwise a fairly minimalist production. Don't fall. Don't fall. There's a weird serenity to this despite what we're being told by Boyd United about their situation. Um, it's sadness. There's a sense of tenacity though about it. It's kind of feels like you're on the edge of a precipice, wondering if you are actually going to fall off the edge of the cliff or not. I really hope that Boyd United doesn't. I really hope that Boyd United can continue to stay strong and have that courage to continue fighting for what's important to them. Because this is the conclusion. Effectively, this track, the story was straightforward because of so many different reasons. I believe this is someone, again, having courage within themselves to believe in themselves, their purpose, their journey, coping, with the thoughts of suicide and a lot of other heavy subjects. I'm liking that we're open about it and talking about it. Talking about that stuff is the best thing you can do to make it less of a taboo subject. We need to be able to discuss how we feel about things, because that allows us to face them head on and do something about it. Hiding it away and struggling is awful. Nobody should have to go through that. The rapping, the vocal performances there, that kind of whispery singing in the chorus was honestly quite stunning. It was a nice contrast to the more authoritative, more sort of more assertive vocal lines going on in that verse. It was a nice contrast between the two. I think having the vocals a little bit quieter in that chorus made us really pay close attention to what they were saying. Kind of sounded like whispery thoughts echoing around your brain a little bit. Do you know what I mean? I think that's incredibly clever. Really well thought out in terms of the production, actually. I'll get to the production in a moment, though. We had in terms of the instrumentation, I mentioned about like the bass, the drums, and the synth pads and some piano parts. I think there were some filtered piano parts as well with the vocal chops in there. Lots of parts that I'm familiar with through doing these reviews with rap and hip-hop and trap and all that kind of stuff. But there was just a sense of authenticity with the overall vibe of it. I think the track was as long as it needed to be at 3 minutes. That verse, chorus kind of structure to it as well, which is always appreciated, really nice and easy to follow. You had that massive instrumental intro, which I adore to pieces. There was a gradual development, introductions of new parts, which I thought was splendid, really well considered. And again, that shows confidence on behalf of Boyd United. They're the kind of musician where they, full well that they are comfortable in their own skin. They're not trying too hard to impress you with their hip hop. It's all about the story, the experience, and communicating with you and providing something that you may even be able to relate to. You know what I mean? And then finally, the production, the recording, mixing, and mastering was sensational. Utterly spot on, no complaints whatsoever. We have ourselves a person who not only has the story down, the performance was spotless, and effectively the production is pretty much where it needs to be as well. I don't really have any major complaints about this track, thinking on it. I mean, I listened to it in one go. I was able to hear the story clearly, so you can tell that everything was mixed the way I needed to. The EQing and filtering and effects change on some of the instruments were really interesting, intriguing, and it was compressed and limited really, really well. There was a personality to it, distinction between the different sections, and we weren't trying to stuff it full of attention-seeking garbage like some of the stuff that comes out in modern music. Because again, I've realized how much of a problem I have with people who feel that they need to constantly grab at your attention. It's almost like a sense of desperation. We didn't get that with Boyd United. It was phenomenal. But effectively, this was my review of Boyd United's Don't Fall off of their Divine album. Hopefully you enjoyed it. If you did, please do go show Boyd United some love via the various social medias and their Spotify. Stay cool and stay safe, and please also remember to support your local musicians and artists at this point in time, as I need all the help more than ever with all the crazy stuff going on in the world. And I will catch you in the next review. Spiderhands Out.